think it was the Peak District. We climbed Mamtor. I feel like it's very vivid because I can remember the people that I met that day. I was very nervous because it was my very first one, obviously. I didn't know anybody on the team. I'd not met any of the leaders or organisers before. But actually I was quite excited as well. So it was just a very random advert that I saw on Facebook. And up until that point I had been thinking I want to do something for myself. So just coming out of a divorce, trying to find my feet, trying to find out who I really am, questioning a lot of kind of identity and thinking, right, I need to take small steps, but I'm not quite sure what direction. And when I saw the walks, I thought, oh, that might be quite good. I've got a bit of an adventurous side, believe it or not, before I was married and had children. So I thought it would be a nice way to kind of reconnect to that. Kind of a baby step back into it. I'd been looking into walking groups up until that point, but I was quite daunted by the fact that it's just a walking group that probably already existed and I was kind of a stranger to. But this seemed a lot more intimate in that it was a smaller group to begin with, but the mindfulness element of it was more of a feature that I was attracted to, I think, because I felt like it would be not just a walk. I was quite scared actually. I thought I would be a complete novice with, you know, people who are completely experienced and I'd be huffing and puffing at the bottom of the hill. But it wasn't actually that bad. I surprised myself with my fitness levels. I don't consider myself to be like really active, but it wasn't actually as strenuous as I thought it would be. It was challenging, but it at the same time motivated me to do more. So when I came back I wanted to be more active. I think if you met me kind of 6 months before I went to the first one, you probably wouldn't recognise me. I was in a very difficult place, very unsure of where I was going, struggling with a lot of things. So I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety, and it's kind of had its peaks and troughs along the way. But yeah, in that kind of 6 months leading up to it, I was in a kind of bit of a imbalance, kind of, you know, one minute I was absolutely fine, pushing myself to try new things, push my limits, challenge myself to kind of, one of the things that one of the counsellors on the course mentioned is a process of remembering and just bringing myself together, you know, finding little bits of myself that I felt like I'd lost over the years. But the leading up to that walk, I was in that kind of shaky phase of, you know, I don't really know which bits of myself I need to bring back together. But the walks really helped me find what those different bits were. I found that I was just quite open, and it was really helpful to have trained counsellors who were really, really good at asking those kind of questions that open you up and help you to offer those quite vulnerable parts of yourself. And I found that I was really open with other people, you know, complete strangers I've never met before. And so that's a massive, strong point. I have, like, over the years really tried hard, but I think I really struggled to get help for lots of different reasons. Some of them are cultural reasons. People tend to have a bit of a stereotypical view of what an Asian or a Muslim woman might need or might not need in terms of support. So I really struggled. I felt like there wasn't really a fit for me that worked. So I tried another set of counselling after my very first Mind Over Mountains session away from Mind Over Mountains. But I felt like it just brought me back full circle. I didn't feel like I progressed very much. So then I started having some support through life coaching with one of the actual trained coaches with Mind Over Mountains, and I feel that that really helped give me the kick that I needed. I think it's an odd one because a lot of people can go for a walk with a friend or a family member, but for me it's been very different because I've come from quite an isolated place, and so the walks for me, I haven't really noticed a route until we've got to kind of a high point. But then when we get to a high point, it's really nice to look back and see the progress that we've made. I don't get to do very much local walking by myself, so if I do anything it's with the children, and that isn't really me time. It's not a reflective time. I'm on full alert with 3 very feral children who could be climbing up 3 very different trees at the same time, so it's not that same mindset that you have as when I've come out with Man Over Mountains. Connecting with other people definitely is a big part of it, and that it brought back to me again that remembering process of who I used to be. I used to be that person who can connect quite well with people from all walks of life, and I just suddenly had become a recluse and changed. So yeah, I'm really grateful for that.